I'm your anchor, Jackson Hancock, and in this show we intend to inform you on the latest happenings in the Grand Haven area, especially in the high school. If you're interested in being a part of the show, then feel free to join Grand Haven Productions. It's not mandatory, but every day we will be available to meet until 4 o'clock in room 0121 next to the attendance office or in the GHTV studios next to the fitness center. Welcome to the first segment of the show, where we will be covering the news of last week. January is School Board Recognition Month. The Ottawa Area Intermediate School District thanks members such as Dr. Richard Cooley of Jennison, Carol Slay of Zeeland, Ronald Eating of Hamilton, John Simon of Grand Haven, and Randy Shipper of Holland for their tremendous service and commitment towards public education. The Bucks Food Pantry Committee is now up and running. In order to donate canned goods or non-perishable items, feel free to stop by the Buck Stop. Keeping true to a friendly wager, Superintendent Ingle put on Spring Lake Lakers t-shirt and walked around Grand Haven Friday morning. GHHS is proud of Mr. Ingle for keeping true to his word. Local GHHS student Derek Smith is looking to help out on his school-run short film titled The Room with the Most Class, a short film about an English teacher who's been interviewed about her everyday life by a snobby and brash director. It's currently in its pre-production stages, but its cast, extras, and crew members are currently being sought out. Filming is currently slated to begin in August, and more announcements of the short film will be on later this year. If you'd like to help out, contact Derek at 23691 at GHAPS. Now, best of luck to you, Derek. Now onto the second segment of the show, where we will be covering the sports of the last week. The GHHS wrestling team was able to come out triumphant in a 46-22 lead. The Grand Haven boys basketball team was unfortunately able to beat Kentwood last night, 63-74. The Grand Haven varsity wrestling won Division I for the 5th time in a row against Mona Shores High School, 61-16. Good job, Bucks. Last Friday, the girls basketball team was unfortunately defeated at the hands of West Ottawa, 41-31. Also that same day, the boys basketball team also went up against the West Ottawa team with a 64-50 loss. Better luck next time. On to the third segment, where we're covering scheduled events of the coming week. Attention to all seniors. You must order your Justin's cap and gown before March 1st. In order to do this, just visit Justin's or call 1-800-JUSTINS. Transportation safety drills will resume on February 12th in order to keep our students on buses safe. The course selection for next year is coming up on February 23rd. Grand Haven Productions highly recommends that you take Digital Design 1 and 2 if you wish to efficiently join Grand Haven Productions, since these will be the classes the club is most likely based out of. Come to the Colorado Christian University campus tour to get a chance to sit in on classes, understand the community better, and have a chance to talk with students and staff. Learn what educational programs they have, and finally understand what it's like to live in the Rockies. If you're interested in finding out more about the campus tour, then just go to Student Services. On the fourth segment of the show, I'll be covering the games scheduled for the coming week. Varsity skiing is going to have a conference February 13th at Cannonsburg at 9:30 a.m. There will also be varsity bowling versus Rockford at 3:30 p.m. on the 13th. Also on the 13th are boys and girls basketball games at 4 o'clock p.m. along with junior girls and boys and varsity girls and boys until 9:30 p.m. On February 14th, there will be a boys wrestling match at an announced time. Also on that day, there will be a varsity bowling meet at 3:30 p.m., including ice hockey at 7 p.m. On the 15th, there will be a girls and boys basketball games from 5 to 8 p.m. On the 16th, there will be a girls varsity basketball game at 6 p.m. There will also be a boys varsity basketball game at 7:30 and a varsity ice hockey game at 8 p.m. On the fifth segment of the show, I will be conducting some interviews for some pertinent news. First up is Evan Yasik, who's had some amazing accomplishments in his engineering class. Hi. So, what got you interested into this engineering field of yours?
Well, ever since I was a kid, I used to play with like Legos and sky rails and basically just create whatever. And I always loved doing that. So I guess creating has just always been in me. And I guess that's what got me into the engineering field.
Nice. So, what would you say like brought around the change from like Legos to what you're doing now?
I don't really know. I guess it's just I saw something where I could make more advanced things than just out of Legos. I saw a place where I could make something better and more specific and create more that I like.
Nice, great. So, why is this class participating in this competition?
My teacher, Mr. Case, he usually looks around and tries to find new things for us as students to do, and happened to come across it and decided to show it to us, and it was optional for us to enter it in, and I decided to enter it in.
Sounds cool. Sounds like a great teacher.
Yeah, he is.
So, out of this competition, why do you think that you're a semifinalist?
I think because my design is capable in a zero gravity environment and is useful for what the astronauts would need to do on the International Space Station. But I would think it's based on the judges, and they happened to like my design and thought it was good.
Yeah. So, I guess the question's all in our minds. What do you get when you win?
You get, I believe, I don't know all the specifics, but there is a $600 prize for winning and a trip to Washington, D.C. for a VIP space experience.
Sounds like an awesome experience, man.
Yeah.
So, what exactly part of the ISS did you work on?
I just worked on the stuff on the interior, basically stuff for everyday life, getting a pen when you need it, or a screwdriver when you need it, or storing your trash when you're just roaming around and doing stuff.
Yeah. So, do you plan on having engineering as like a mainstay in your after-school life?
Yes, that's definitely what I plan to do in the future. I don't know in what category right now, but yes.
Cool. Yeah, so what were the requirements for this design to help everyday life?
The requirements were to design a part that does two or more things, and for me, I decided to make something that can hold like screws or screwdrivers or pens, like I said before, or bolts and trash, like you've had before, and it can all clip onto your pants and store. So like come with you and store things for you. And yeah, those are the requirements. The general requirements were the two or more parts, and it had a specified 100 millimeter times 140 millimeter times 100 millimeter like region you can design in.
Cool. How long did this take to design? Sounds a little complicated to me.
No, it was very complicated. It took me about a month to design, because you have to think of the design, you have to find and measure things, and then you have to design it, and then you have to submit it, and that took about a month.
The final segment on the show will now be the weather of the next 7 days. Take it away, Arthur.
Hi, my name is Arthur Burke, and I'm going to be your weatherman today. What we're looking at for the weather forecast from Tuesday to Monday is it's not going to be warm weather, I can guarantee you that. Tuesday, it's going to be mostly cloudy, just a couple drops of sunshine streaming through there. It's going to be a high of 30 and a low of 24. Southeast winds about 9 miles per hour, so it's going to be a tiny bit breezy, but not something that we're going to super notice. Wednesday, it's going to be partly cloudy, high of 38, a low of 35, southwest winds 16 miles per hour. So that's going to be coming from the south and the west, obviously. But it's going to be slightly higher winds, almost double what it was yesterday. So you got to look out just a tiny bit more if you don't bring paper out or anything. It's just going to fly away. Thursday, we have PM showers. So in the afternoon, it's going to be about a 77% chance of that happening. And the high is going to be 37 and the low is going to be 22. Northwest winds at 10 miles per hour. So even if it is raining, that rain is not going to be going sideways. Friday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 24 and a low of 19. It's going to be northwest winds at 16 miles per hour. So it's not going to be that bad. Just don't bring paper out again, as I said. Saturday, it's going to also be partly cloudy, a lot of partly cloudy days this week, with a high of 31 and a low of 29. So dress warm, gotta bundle up a bit. But the winds are going to be the highest they are so far this week, and honestly all week, with a southwest wind of 20 miles per hour. So if you have like a portfolio full of papers, it's going to blow that portfolio away. That's how strong they're going to be. And on Sunday, it's going to be partly cloudy with a high of 40 and a low of 35. So it's going to be probably the warmest we've had all week, with the southwest winds of 10 miles per hour, so it's not going to be too windy that day either. And the last day that we're going to be forecasting, Monday, is going to be partly cloudy with a high of 37, a low of 29, and it's saying that it's going to have a little bit of a chance of rain, 50% chance, so it's 50-50 as to whether it's actually going to rain or not. Southwest winds of 11 miles per hour, so it's just a 1 added to the 10. Not big deal. Gonna be fine. Okay, well, I was your weatherman, Arthur Burke, and I sincerely hope that you guys all have a nice week, and we'll be seeing you again on Friday.